Out of numerous tabs, I have two that are going to help me out in this video today. This tab and this tab. This tab is what we're going to be using for this tournament. You might have already seen my UK Super League, but this time it is the Iberian Super League. I am full aware that two of these countries that I've put in probably aren't part of Iberia, but I wasn't just going to do the top 16 from Portugal and Spain. I also included the top 6 in Andorra and the top 8 in Gibraltar. Why the top 6 in Andorra? Because Andorra actually has 8 teams, so if I put in 8 teams, doesn't matter where you finished, you'd qualify for the tournament. So, in their spot, I put the 9th place team in Portugal and the 9th place team in Spain to compensate for 7th and 8th place in Andorra. So, what is the first team we're going to be drawing out of many teams? 32 teams, and the first team we're drawing in the round of 32, thanks to pickerwheel.com. It is Estoril Praia. Now, the funny thing is, this side only snuck in because of, Andorra having 19, Andorra having 18, so they were actually 9th place in the Liga NOS. 32 teams, who is the second one playing Estoril Praia in the first matchup? It is going to be... It's another Portuguese club. Sporting Club de Portugal. Yeah, no, I'm not saying it right. I'm not saying it wrong. That is the full name. It's not Sporting Lisbon. I do feel bad for Sporting Club de Portugal fans. But, yeah. Sporting Lisbon, that's the people who took over Benfica. SL Benfica. Sporting Lisbon Benfica. So if you say Sporting Lisbon to Sporting Club de Portugal fans, they're obviously going to feel offended. Third team drawn. We finally have a bit of diversity. Andorran Sant Julia. And who will be playing the Andorran, at least, I guess, former Giants. I don't know, they were pretty well last year, but who will be playing Sant Julia in the third round? Sevilla. Okay. That's more one-sided than when I played my sister in chess. I actually never played my sister in chess. I played her in checkers, though. I absolutely decimated her. Our 5th team in our third matchup has to go to Valencia or Porto. It's Valencia. Another team that snuck in because of the rule of thumb from Andorra. Against Valencia, it is Manchester 62. They're playing Valencia. They're from Gibraltar. In our 4th matchup, our 7th team, we will be seeing UB Santa Coloma, Interclub de Scouts. Okay, so they are the, by far and away, best team in Andorra, and they are now in the tournament. Who's the 8th team, and who will have the unfortunate pleasure, if they're smaller, or the absolute pleasure, if they're bigger, to play Interclub de Scouts. Braga is going to have a field day versus Interclub de Scouts. I am sorry. I am definitely sorry. Okay, our 5th match and our 9th team. And we are going to have that team be Porto. Now, who's going to play the Portuguese giant who decimated the Liga NOS last year with 91 points, 1 loss? It's actually going to be Gil Vicente. Okay. That does actually call for an interesting matchup. Although this season Gil Vicente is falling away, it does definitely call for an interesting matchup. Our next matchup's first team will be College 1975. Now I'm assuming the 1975 means that they were founded in 1975, but I only know so much things, right? Now who's going to be playing the Gibraltar team that snuck in, that got 8th in the league? It is going to be Benfica. Sporting Lisbon, Benfica. They're playing College 1975. Now below College 1975 and Sporting Lisbon, Benfica consists 2 teams. Well, one of the teams is going to be the Portuguese team Santa Clara, based on the Azores Island, which is actually closer to the Bahamas and North America than it is to mainland Portugal. Who is going to be playing the side from Azores, Santa Clara? Who's going to be playing Santa Clara? It's going to be the Portuguese team Famalicão. Now, they didn't actually sneak in 9th, as you should know, because I told you a couple of minutes ago that Estoril Praia sneaked in 9th. Famalicão actually got 8th, and believe it or not, the side has only scored 1 goal in the Liga NOS. Underneath an all-Portuguese rivalry, with Portuguese teams thinning out, and the only one left is Vitória de Guimarães. The next team is... No. It's Vitória de Guimarães. You're actually kidding me. The last Portuguese team has been drawn. Vitória de Guimarães. Now who's going to be playing Vitória de Guimarães? It has to be one team at least, and it clearly isn't from Portugal. And that team is going to be the team from Spain, FC Barcelona. Oh! FC Barcelona. I don't know what I'm stretching this about. That's actually a good matchup. I think we've reached the halfway line. You know, who will be playing just below the last Portuguese team and one of the biggest Spanish teams. It is going to be the Spanish team Villarreal, not performing as well as we thought they would be in the Conference League, despite a 5-0 win today. Our next team up will be... It's actually going to be the Andorran side, Athletic Escaldes. I know I did not put an H there, but it is Athletic Escaldes, but it is spelt like Athletic Escaldes. It doesn't matter. So whatever it says here, it's going to be wrong. Nope. And Villarreal. I don't know how I got that wrong. Whatever. Okay. Below, Spanish versus Andorran. Interesting weather there, but who's up next? It is Real Madrid. Okay, Real Madrid's there. Now who's playing probably the biggest team in Spanish football? I mean, 14 Champions League wins, twice as many as any other club. Definitely probably has the most La Liga. Copa del Rey is meh. It's the Gibraltar side, FC Bruno's Magpies. That is going to probably be the biggest win that we've experienced so far, but who knows? Okay, spinning the wheel again. And what is the next team up? The Gibraltar side, Europa FC. Now that the Portuguese teams are completely gone, Andorran and Spanish teams are fading, the 8 Gibraltar sides are now shining. That shows with Bruno's Magpies and Europa FC. And the ratio that the Gibraltar side will actually get another Gibraltar side are 1, 2, 3, 4 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 to 7. That might not sound bad. That might not sound good. But come on. Half of the Gibraltar teams are still here. Half. They're playing Real Betis. Now the odds of having a Gibraltar team twice is, I believe, I don't know what it is. But 4-6 ratio of having a Gibraltar side in the next matchup. That is pretty good. Half of the Gibraltar sides are still here. Half of them. That's really crazy. Monscalp has just taken that fact and thrown it out the window. Who is playing the Gibraltar kind of failures last year, I'll be honest. It is going to be fellow Gibraltar side, maybe not. It's going to be fellow Gibraltar side, Glacis United. Now, whenever starting a new Gibraltar League season, since the Gibraltar League has 11 teams, they actually have to wait till match day 2 to play their first match. Now, under the Glacis United, 2-6 ratio of Gibraltar clubs left. Not sounding impressive that much, and we still get a Gibraltar side, the undisputed best Gibraltar side, Lincoln Red Imps. Now, undoubtedly the best team in Gibraltar, but who will this side have to play? It's interesting to see what the wheel says. They'll have to play FC Santa Coloma. They are an Andorran side who struggled last season. And now at least we can see one minnow go through. I guess Monscalp and Glacis United as well, but only one Gibraltar side left. 3 Spanish sides left. And 2 Andorran sides left. And then obviously 0 Portuguese sides left. But who will be drawn up in the next round of 32 matchup? And it will be the Gibraltar side. The Gibraltar sides are the next country to completely disintegrate as St. Joseph's wraps up Gibraltar in the round of 32. 3 Spanish teams and just 2 Andorran sides. The ratio of having an Andorran side is 2-3. And reverse for Spanish teams. We're having Athletic Club de Bilbao. And if everything works out perfectly in this next draw, we want to see a Spanish team play an Andorran team both matches, but that might be a bit of a stretch. Who will be drawn in the second to last matchup and will be our 13th team? It is going to be the Andorran side, FC Ordino, who actually didn't do that bad in the season, despite only barely sneaking in 6th. FC Ordino should hopefully be playing a Spanish side, but who knows, maybe they could play fellow Andorran side UE Santa Coloma. And they are playing Atletico Madrid, which means for the last 2 matchups, Andorra versus Spain. Atletico de Madrid, which means UE Santa Coloma are playing versus Real Sociedad. Estoril Praia Sporting Club de Portugal. On aggregate, I do think Sporting would take that. Sevilla's going to have a blowout win over Sant Julia, while Valencia rip apart Manchester 62. Braga's going to have a field day. Well, it does call for an interesting matchup. I think Porto does win. Yeah, I'm sorry. Double digits, actually. Double digits. Pretty big win. Whatever. I'm actually going to go for a 3-1 Barca win. Yeah, 7-0. Why not? I mean, this is on aggregate anyways, isn't it? So, yeah. I am sorry, Bruno's Magpie fans. No, I'm so sorry. Real Betis. Monscalp sneaks out there. Lincoln Red Imps. They know they have to score because or else they won't be able to score. And they want to get on the score sheet, don't they? And Athletic Bilbao have to do it. Atletico Madrid will do it. And Real Sociedad will do it over Santa Coloma. Round of 62. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. How many Portuguese sides did we accept? We didn't. We accepted Porto, right? Porto is accepted. We accepted Sporting. Did we accept Benfica? We had to have accepted Benfica. Yeah, we did accept Benfica. And Braga. We did not Gil Vicente. We did not Vitória de Guimarães, but we did to Santa Clara. Not to Famalicão, though. Lincoln Red Imps we did accept. Did we do anything with Europa FC? We'll see. Did we? Europa FC had to be early on because they had to have been. Where the hell are they? Star Praia, Sporting, San Julia, Sevilla, Valencia, Manchester, Interclub de Scouts, Praga, Portugal, Vicente College, Benfica, Santa, Famalicão, Vitória, Barça, Villarreal, Athletic, Madrid. There they are. We said no to Europa. We said no to Joseph's too, right? We did. Oh, freaking Chrome OS needs to charge my computer. Oh, it's right there. There we are. We said no to St. Joseph's. We said no to Bruno's Magpies. What did we do with Glacis? That's interesting, actually. What did we do with Glacis? We said no. We said no for Monskalp. We said no to Manchester. No to College. No to Estoril. Interclub de Escaldes. We said no. San Julia, we said no. Athletic Escaldes, we said no. Did we say no to Athletic Escaldes? I could just always add them in. Yeah, we said no. Ordino and Santa Coloma. FC Santa Coloma. Where's FC Santa Coloma? Okay, we said no. Yeah, we said no to Santa Coloma. Ordino. We said pretty heavily no. But we said yes to Real Madrid. We said yes to Barca. We said yes to Atletico. We said yes to Sevilla. We said yes to Betis. We said yes to Villarreal. We said yes to Athletic Club de Bilbao, right? We said yes to Bilbao. Right? We said yes to Bilbao, no? Did we? Hello? Bilbao? We said yes. We must have said yes to Valencia because it says 16 outputs. There should only be 16 outputs. Valencia, we said a pretty heavy yes. Okay. They're at it on the wheel. It was the first team drawn into the round of 16. It's going to be... drum roll please, CF Valencia. A bit of a fallen giant in Spain, I'll say. There's a couple fallen giants in Spain. Granada, Deportivo La Coruña, but who's going to be playing Valencia, Spanish club at Real Betis? Real Betis. Valencia versus Real Betis. That is our first match, but who will be our second match in our third and fourth teams? It will be Sporting Club de Portugal. Boom, that's longer than Valencia and Real Betis combined. And who is taking on Sporting Club de Portugal? It is going to be Athletic Club de Bilbao. And that's also a pretty long club name. Does that actually take down Gibraltar Sporting Club de Portugal? Wait a second. It does! That is the longest piece of... And then we also add the scores. So that's the longest piece of text we've written. The third one. The third out of 8 matchups. Atletico de Madrid from Spain. Okay, I help myself when I write de Atletico de Madrid. You know what I mean? Who's going to be playing the Spanish Giants, who actually won the league 2 seasons ago? It's going to be Benfica. Or Braga, what I mean. SC Braga. That does make for an interesting matchup now that I think about it. Spanish Giants versus an up-and-coming Portuguese side. It is going to be Calp from Gibraltar. We do love that little bit of Gibraltar heritage, don't we, guys? Don't we? Now, can Calp get an easy opponent? None of these teams are easy. They'll probably lose to every one of these teams. They got lucky with Glacis. They did. Lincoln Red Imps is the easiest one, and they got Villarreal. They are definitely screwed with that one. I'll have to say that. We have officially reached the halfway line. And who is going to be the first team in our 5th match? It's going to be Real Madrid. Champions League winners last year. Twice as many Champions League as any other team. That's really crazy. Real Madrid is playing against Porto. Okay. You know, now that I think about it, Lincoln Red Imps probably has a chance against Santa Clara. But it's more likely they get any other team except for Santa Clara. And that's quite hilarious. Starting our 6th match, they're going to... our first team is going to be Real Sociedad. Not an easy opponent for Lincoln Red Imps, or even Santa Clara. Maybe Santa Clara. Under certain circumstances. Now, who is playing the Spanish team that has always managed to compete for the Champions League spot, but always end up in a Europa League spot? It's Santa Clara. Oh boy. Okay. The 7th match. There's more Portuguese team. Oh, there's only one Portuguese team left, isn't there? Yeah. FC Barcelona. There is now one Gibraltar team left in the pot, one Portuguese team, and one Spanish team. Will they play fellow Spanish team Sevilla, across the neighbors Benfica, or just down south Lincoln Red Imps? And it will be Benfica. Sporting Lisbon, Benfica. Meaning we have Sevilla versus the poor little old Lincoln Red Imps. Valencia Real Betis. I have to give that to Real Betis. Long, I have to go for Sporting. Atletico Braga. Yeah, that sounds right. Sorry, Calp. Sorry. 4-3 for Real Madrid. It's going to be interesting. Real Sociedad. I don't think it's their day. They could definitely put up a fight. I'm going to say it goes to penalties. But unfortunately, Barca win it in penalties. And Sevilla is going to wipe the floor versus Lincoln Red Imps. Quarterfinals. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice, scrolling up. We said no to Porto. We said, what did we say for long? We said yes to Sporting. No to Benfica. No to Braga. No to Santa Clara. Unfortunately, no to Lincoln Red Imps. No to Moscow, but yes to Madrid. Yes to Barca. Yes with Atletico Madrid. And yes to Sevilla, right? Yes to Sevilla. Yes to Barca. Yes to Madrid. And yes to Atletico Madrid. Yes. We said yes to Betis. And we said... What did you say to Sociedad? We said... Sociedad, yes to Sociedad. We said yes to Villarreal. And we said no to Athletic Club de Bilbao. And Valencia, bro. It came down and it said a Villarreal. But we are going to just quickly add them back. It doesn't matter. Okay. 7 teams are from Spain. 1 is from Portugal. And our first team is Real Sociedad. The entire country of Portugal is relying on Sporting to pull away and win this competition. Their easiest opponents probably are Sevilla and Sociedad. But we'll just have to see what happens. Against Real Sociedad, it is Real Betis. Both have Real in their name, which in Spanish means royal. So we have Royal Sociedad and Royal Betis, meaning we also have Royal Madrid, Royal Salt Lake. Like, why are there no teams that say royal in England? Like, where they actually have a monarch. Not countries like Spain, though. They used to have a monarch, David. Whatever. Second matchup starts with FC Barcelona. We started off with 9 Spanish teams. Only 2 didn't make the cut to the 3rd round. Only 2. That's crazy. And one of them came at the hands of the other. All 9 teams from Spain advanced to the 2nd round. That's crazy. They're playing Real Madrid barely. El Clásico. El Clásico. They're not playing Sporting. Where you have what could have definitely been the final, a good final, in the quarterfinals. Okay, so yeah. The toughest teams are Madrid and Villarreal right now. They could definitely beat Sevilla, especially how Sevilla's been recently. I pressed the button. It's really laggy. I do have a lot of tabs open, though, so maybe that's why. Second last matchup. 1, 2, 5. 5th team is Villarreal. You know what? Sporting might be able to get a result out of Villarreal. Now that I say that they're going to be playing Villarreal. But now that I say that, they're not playing Villarreal. And it's just an endless cycle. I'm just kind of cursed. But who is playing Villarreal? If it is Atletico Madrid, Sporting might be on to the semifinals. That would be crazy. And it's Sporting against Villarreal. See what I said about being cursed and saying that and that and that. Atletico Madrid and Sevilla. How did I get that wrong? How do I keep spelling Villarreal wrong? Oh, it's Villarreal. That makes sense. Sociedad and Betis. I have to give that to Betis. El Clásico. I'm going to Betis. Oh, Villarreal Sporting. I'm gonna give it to Villarreal. I'm sorry, Sporting, and I'm sorry, Portugal. I'm actually from Portugal too, but whatever. Atletico Madrid and Sevilla. Yeah, I'm giving that to Atletico Madrid. Semifinals, an all Spanish semifinals. That just shows how much I think there's a gap between Liga NOS and La Liga. We're just going to throw in. We're actually going to delete Sporting, accept Madrid's offer, decline Barca's, keep in Atletico, delete Sevilla, keep Betis, and delete Sociedad, and put in Villarreal. The second last spin of the entire episode. It's been a really long episode, but whatever. The last one was long as well. It's Real Madrid. El Clasico winners. If they get drawn up against Atletico Madrid, 2 rivalries in the 3rd and 4th round. But if not, it is Betis or Villarreal they have to overthrow. Villarreal could definitely be a tough one, but let's just hope they don't play Villarreal. And they don't. They're playing Real Betis, which means Atletico Madrid has the unfortunate pleasure of playing Villarreal. Real Madrid, Betis, probably going to Real Madrid, and Atletico Madrid and Villarreal. You know, yeah, I'm gonna give it to Villarreal. The final. What did I do for the UK Super League? UK. Did I keep it in size 11 font? Or did I change the font because it was the final? We have a Spurs Celtic. I don't know why I'm giving Chelsea all the love. Cardiff Metropolitan. I can't see anything. Was it really this blurry? I've advanced to the final. I close the tab. I'm refreshing. I can't see anything. It's way too blurry. Semi-final. I'm assuming then, right? Oh, way more high quality. Where's my mouse, though? Points, -1 goal difference, and I'm trusting the side to make the semis. I'm so foolish. Will be. Oh, I just put it in size 11 font. Okay, I did not want to spoil the winner. It's still going on? Oh, okay. Size 11 font. Real Madrid. Villarreal. The winner will be... I know I chose this. I guess I'll just go size 30 because that's what I do in my videos. Will be... Villarreal. In the UK Super League, I'm not going to say who I predicted, but I have predicted in the Iberian one where the quarterfinals were almost all Spanish. Villarreal is going to win it all. Villarreal's run to the final consisted of a wiping of Athletic Escaldes, a wiping of Montcalp, a very narrow win over Sporting, a narrow win over Atletico, and then a narrow win over Real Madrid. Peace.